Hello, everybody. What is up? Welcome to the show. I think we're all pretty excited for this one. So just to introduce myself, I'm Angelo. I'm the senior interactive media specialist here at NETGEAR. I manage the NETGEAR YouTube channel, the Nighthawk Gaming Twitch channel, and really, if you're followed anywhere across our social channels, I probably had my hand on it at some point. So today we're talking DumaOS 3.0. Everybody, what is up? All right. I got. See, we're doing this live. We're always doing this live.
This is how it goes.
This is always how it goes. So we're gonna talk about DumaOS 3.0 today. And we got a lot of really exciting stuff for you guys for today's show, and also what's new with Nighthawk Gaming within the last couple of months. So I introduced myself, but Ben, I'll hand off the baton to you.
Hey everybody, this is Zardu Ben Acevedo, Brand Experience Manager for Nighthawk Pro Gaming. Excited to be here to talk to you about Duma 3.0. We've got a great hour planned for you. We're going to take some questions. If you missed our first one, we're going to kind of hopefully expand on it, give you a little bit of updates on where we are on a couple things. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'm going to introduce Lew. Lew, take it away.
Cool, thanks, Ben. Hey, I'm Lew. I am one of NetDuma's most recent recruits, let's say. So basically, my role here is digital marketing. So I'm basically the unofficial kind of hype man for DumaOS 3.0. Super excited to be here. Really grateful to sort of have this chance to sort of talk about it. Yeah, so I'm fresh. I'm ready. Let's get cracking.
Nice.
Let's get cracking.
I hope they didn't just throw you in the deep end with this one, did they?
Not at all. Not in the slightest.
Nah. We're gonna keep it fun. Again, this is YouTube, and again, everyone in the chat. I do notice a few of our regulars here. So really, we're just kind of out here to have a good time. We want to just kind of keep you guys up in the loop because I know we did release the first rounds of betas. I think we got a couple other folks waiting, but we'd be happy to address that during the show. So that being said, this is an interactive show. This is obviously live, even if you might hear some weird, crazy echoes in my background. We're gonna have fun with it. Just imagine we're kind of having this live conversation to you, no matter where you are in the world. We're actually, Lew, you're based over in the UK, aren't you?
That's right. It's just about to turn dark over here. Yeah, so sun's setting, but I'm still good to go. Don't worry.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we're stuck at home here in the States, so it's good to see you in the office.
Oh no.
So we do have a lot of we do have a lot of questions, and I want to make sure we do have enough time to answer those. So we're gonna kind of keep it going.
Oh, yeah, we'll kind of get this rolling. So I think that the big excitement for those of you, maybe we should do a recap. I think that the big things that we're talking about with the 3.0 coming for all of the XR routers is geofencing, application QoS, and benchmarking. I think that those are the three big hitters.
Yep.
Geofencing obviously is a vast improvement over geofiltering, which was sort of aperture based, and this is more like a polygon based, which allows you to draw where you want. And then Lew, you want to talk a little bit about application QoS and how that's been improved?
Sure. Yeah. So in previous versions of DumaOS, as I'm sure most of you might already know, RQoS was device-based, so you could allocate bandwidth to specific devices in the home, which is great. But what if you have multiple games consoles? What if you have multiple things doing the same thing at once, and there's no real diplomatic way to organize that and allocate bandwidth between all of them?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially what we came to decide and what we found to be the most sort of coverall way of making sure that everything gets the bandwidth it requires is to actually try and apply QoS to application-based targeting. So with that in mind, application QoS is the new and improved QoS that comes with DumaOS 3.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so essentially what it does is it lets us sort of, well, it lets you, more than anything, lets you allocate bandwidth to specific traffic types instead of specific devices. For those of you who love device QoS, it's still there. Sometimes it's just required. But for example, you can actually allocate bandwidth to gaming or to, your VoIP call or, just anything like live streaming. And that makes it a little more intuitive as well, a little bit easier to just sort of make changes on the fly. It's like, okay, this is what I'm doing right now. That's what I actually want to put everything towards. So yeah, using incredibly complex DPI that is above my marketing realm. It's essentially magic to me. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It blew my mind when I first saw it as an employee here, and it's going to change a lot of things.
I think it
as well.
Out of all of the new features, I think that this is one of the most important ones because of the fact that like device QoS was awesome because you could just set it to like your PC, your Xbox or your PlayStation, but what we found, and you guys found as well, is that there are multiple gamers in a lot of households, and what happens then? Does one person get priority over the other? How do you navigate that? And then just having it by saying all of this is gaming traffic, and we've detected it, and now it's going to be prioritized. So that way, you're not getting that like one person prioritized over the other.
Yeah.
Also, being able to just switch it up. If you're a content creator, you can prioritize that upstream, which is like amazing. And I've got it. I've been testing out with the beta, and I really want to see how much bit rate I can squeeze out of my internet now. It's really going to really change how how people utilize the system, but I really think it's going to be like we gave people a competitive edge before, and I really think that you're going to see huge amounts of just bonus to your gaming. I've already seen it like in Warzone. Warzone's way more stable for me than it was prior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's glad to hear it. I guess like I think you're right in saying that it's pardon the pun, a bit of a game changer. Obviously, the first thing that I would do is I'd get home and I'd just crank gaming all the way to 100. I think that's what anyone with any sense would do. I've got my priorities straight, but yeah, I think what really sort of drives it home for me is just how like liberating it is. It's no longer like you're limited to devices, and while you might be using devices for something like gaming specifically, now, as you said, with like families and all that kind of stuff and multiple gamers in the household, all that kind of thing, you're not going to be butting heads anymore. No one's going to be scrapping. There's not going to be any like physical altercations or anything like that over the bandwidth. So yeah,
and I think that it really like before the Nighthawk routers kind of gave you the power to win is what we were saying, but I really think that now with these new features, you're going to wreck the leaderboards. It's like it's night and day. It's so much faster and so much better. Angelo,
yeah,
do you want to? Should we grab a couple of questions from the audience, or
let's do it.
Let's do it.
And again, this is live. You got us here for about an hour, and because it's live, I see my CPU actually spiking up a little bit. So I apologize if it's cracking a little bit. I actually did a little bit of poking around. I hope it looks smoother. I hope it sounds smoother. So let us know in the chat. Again, this is live. We're here at home. Well, here at home / the UK and the office. So tell us what's up. It's really good to see a lot of you guys in the chat, and especially our regulars here.
Yeah.
So I mean, number one, I do like. I'm just gonna shout out the regulars. Number one, I see Shady Joker. I see M Dog. I just wanted to kind of shout you guys out. We do a couple shows during the week. I hosted a show yesterday called the Virtual Event Series, where we talk about really pretty much anything, interviews with our product managers, and then also if you have any issues whatsoever, let's say with your Nighthawk gaming router, or you want to get any of your questions asked on how to essentially make your network more efficient, we also do another Friday show at 2 p.m. or sorry, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. So we got a lot of streams for you through the week, and we recognize those that come back. So thank you again for joining.
So, I also want a little shout out to the Illest Beast. So he's been in the just putting out some pretty good videos on settings and about the software. So definitely thanks for doing that. Thanks for joining the chat.
Awesome. So I do see Shady US. Good to hear, or good to see that it is sounding better. So I'm just gonna scroll all the way up in the chat. I did see some comments here. So the first question, I think this is the big question, is what is it looking like rolling out in terms of DumaOS 3.0, in terms of the beta to everyone who signed up, but then also in terms of the first initial products that is going to be available. I think that's the elephant in the room here.
Yeah, it really is. I can take a swing at that. So we are currently beta testing on the 500. I think we're on the third, Lou, if you correct me. We're on the third firmware. We are opening it up wider and wider as we go. But what we really want to do is make sure that we're addressing the issues that have come up and correcting those, and just making sure that we're doing our due diligence. So we do apologize. I know a lot of people have I signed up for it and I haven't heard. We're trying to get to as many people as possible. You wouldn't believe how many of you signed up off of this program almost a month and a half ago or so, and we didn't post it anywhere else. And it was incredible, the response. I mean, we're talking, in thousands of numbers of people that signed up. And I just want to reassure that, if we opened it up to everybody immediately, it would be total chaos. So we're trying to get as many people in as possible, but just bear with us. Patience is a virtue. It is coming. We are in the process of beta testing on the XR500, but 700 and 300 should be coming along in the near future.
Yeah.
As we get closer to being done with the 500. I think, does that cover everything, Lou?
Yeah, I think you kind of taking words out of my mouth. That essentially, just to kind of reinforce what Ben just said, we just want to make sure that we get this right, and that takes a level of control and pacing, and making sure that we roll this out not only efficiently, but just making sure that everything is how it should be for you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah, and I know, the when I say this is, we see you guys talking about it on social media. We see you guys in the chat. We see you guys' excitement, and it makes us really, really happy and really, really proud that you guys are so passionate about these routers, about the software, and it really you guys are always talking about it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes you guys are like, hey, what the heck? I've been waiting for a while. But we're trying our best to get to everybody, and your guys' passion is why we're doing this, and that's it's one of the reasons why we're talking today, is to kind of just reach out to you guys. I know it's been a while since we reached out last time, and we just want to reassure you, it's coming. we're going to get you the best gaming experience that's on the market. I don't think that they're, I'll take the Pepsi challenge against any other gaming router out there, and we will blow its doors off. And you guys at the very beginning believed in us and in Nighthawk Pro Gaming, and we really appreciate that. I don't know if I can say anything more. I've been here since the beginning of it, and I'm so excited because you guys you guys keep getting more and more excited about the product, and we just want to bring you guys the best, and we want to do it right.
No, I totally agree. And of course, we did have our first DumaOS event, I think, just about a couple months ago. But that's the thing, we hear you, we see the chatter online, and we want to be there for you to answer all these questions, because we don't just want to go dark in here. And I think especially as we're all, well, at least here on the stateside, shelter in place, and things are kind of crazy, is despite that, we are, we're only actually we're a relatively small team here, so we do want to make sure that we do give you the best experience possible, and that also includes us communicating out to you guys and make sure that you feel heard, and if that's me doing 3 streams a week, I'm here to do it, and I'm happy to do it because I love doing this. But yeah, I mean, again, if you have any specific comments or questions, throw them in. I'm just kind of scrolling down here. It's just so just to kind of reiterate that the extra 500 to all y'all that have the 500, stay tuned very shortly. And then I believe Ben and Lew, 300 and 700 should be going out shortly after we're able to just make sure everything's all tightened up at the 500 side.
Yeah. So let me just answer a question from Cheetahs US. He asked the question, why not run all of them at the same time? And even though the software is similar on all the devices, on all the routers, each router actually has a different sort of architecture, and it has a different needs and capabilities, and so majority of you guys are on the XR 500, and that's why we're doing the 500 first, and then 700 and 300 are going to be right behind that. But it's a matter of trying to get this out to as much of you as possible, and that's why we're starting with the 500. But each one of the routers is different, even though it is running a very similar operating system. Wouldn't you say, Lew?
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the case, and it's kind of starting as we mean to go on, kind of sums up for me. So we kind of put, like you said, most of you are on the 500, so it's important to us that we kind of nail that first, and then from there it's almost in a roundabout kind of way. I know it's hard to see it like this, but it's a benefit if you haven't got it yet, just because by the time that you do get it, and when it does come around to 300, 700, you'll have an already improved product before you even had it. So before you start using the 3.0 beta, you can be safely assured that we've already worked out a lot of the things that people are coming back to us with.
Yeah, and just to answer a couple questions out there, we're talking about the beta release. The official release is not Duma 3.0 yet, and so we're working with a pretty good sized group on the beta. Like I said, we're going to try to open it up a little bit more and add some more people in to the beta in the next couple weeks. So look for that.
Hey, so what I could actually show is to anyone who is not signed up for the beta yet. My question is, how can they get on it? We still have that landing page, do we, Ben?
We do. So you can go to the link below, which is netgearinnovation.com/ what's it, Duma? Cut off. Dumo. I think it's DumaOS beta.
Yeah. Link in the description below.
Yes. Yeah. Just drop down below. How about the 450? Yes. we are also going to be like conducting the beta on the 450 as well.
Mm-hmm. So to anyone who is not signed up yet, click on the link in the description below. And again, this is Ben. You've seen the volume of the list even from our first event, but yeah, we're trying our very hardest to get through the list pretty much as quickly as we can, and just make sure everything's all polished up. It's like there's a lot of features in here, and I think that's something that is going to be really fun to go through as I guess we get to the second half of the event. But again, if you want to get on the list now, it is the second link in the description down below, and then you'll get onto this landing page, and then you'll get your name in, and then we'll get to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, it's an impressive list. There's a lot of people that have signed up, and I know a lot of you are impatient and really want to jump in there, but we're gonna try to get to you as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Own a 300, so I don't get Duma 3.0 soon. At least I get the updates and bug fixes on the current. Some things are not working as expected in the current OS. I believe that Lew, I think there's like a fix, like a couple of hot fixes that are coming out. I don't know where those are in the QA portion, but we'll GDUS, we'll look into it. Yeah, I know there's we're always constantly trying to make things better, and just be patient. We definitely listen to you guys, and how are you? I'm just reading. No, like there's so many comments.
Yeah. But we love to see it.
Catch up. We love it. Any plans for a Duma phone app? That's something that's been asked and something that we've brought up. I don't have any information on that at this moment.
I do remember that was
though, right?
I think it'd be a great idea.
It's a great idea.
I just don't have any control over that. So
mm-hmm.
If I could, I would snap my fingers and give you guys all the things that you want. But
I want to say everything, but I can't because I'm gonna get in trouble later.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stay tuned. Rest assured that has been a conversation in the office as to the developments of it. I can't spill any secrets.
Yeah, I can't say on that. God, it's so hard being coy.
Right.
I just got to be careful.
Yeah, I know. It's like all of a sudden, the camera goes off.
Oh.
And is Christine in the operating booth?
Yeah, Christine T. She's in the control room in the sky in the cloud. Appreciate you, Christine. Thank you very much for handling a lot of the comments here. So that is Christine T. on community.netgear.com. So that's where I hear the chatter with the app. If you go to our idea exchange board and an idea has enough upvotes, it'll go directly to Christine T and the community support team that goes and has these meetings with the product teams to really float these ideas out and put them on the timeline. So that's just that wasn't really a secret, was it? Okay, anyway. Put it in the idea exchange board, and then we truly read them, and then the product team gets your feedback in real time. I just want to make sure that we do get all these comments addressed. I know it's a lot, but we also do have some cool things to show you guys. So also anyone who's a little bit new to DumaOS 3.0 hasn't signed up, we also want to show you, hey, what do you get with DumaOS 3.0? And we're going to really take a deep dive into each one of these features here.
Should we roll out some of that beautiful footage?
Let's do it. And I just want to address one comment here actually from the beginning of the show. From Jefferson V, I actually do remember you from the tech support streams. He's asking, what is DumaOS?
Oh, let's have Lew start that one off if you don't mind.
That is the $1 million question, so to speak, isn't it?
Yeah.
So DumaOS is an operating system for specific routers or routers. Apologies, British accent time. Um, the Nighthawk Pro gaming range, and we also have some in-house ones as well. But essentially, what it is it's an OS designed to get you the best connection possible for all kinds of things, but mostly originally it was gaming oriented. That's where it kind of, we're all gamers here. That's what really mattered to us. So DumaOS is developed to make sure that when you play your favorite games, you always have a connection to the best server possible for you, and also informing you on what the best server is in 3.0 anyway. But then also making sure that when you are doing so, when you are playing games, when you are actually, trying to crush it, so to speak, you're making sure that your bandwidth is, your connection is optimized for that. So that comes in the form of multiple features, which I'm sure we're going to cover in this very very event. But yeah, essentially, it essentially helps you win. It's the long and short of it. That's
Yeah,
how I see it.
and what it really does is most of your connection problems are really in your own local network. You've got
That's right.
multiple devices. Now that we're in the world of Internet of Things, you've got all these devices that are like little vampires sucking bits and pieces of your bandwidth. Your stream casting stuff like Fire Sticks and Chromecast, your refrigerator, your toaster that tells you that your toast is toasted. All of those are connected to the internet, and they're all connected through your router, and they're all connected to your local network. And your router is really kind of the bouncer, and the club you want to get to is the internet, and the router is really trying to figure out who's more important in the line. And what DumaOS does is it basically hands out VIP passes to your gaming traffic, and they cut the line. I don't know if you've ever had to wait in a giant line, and then somebody gets to go up ahead. That's what the DumaOS does, is it allows your gaming traffic to cut the line, get ahead, and that traffic isn't huge, but it needs to be consistent. And if you've got cat videos, if you've got Netflix, if you've got there's so many cord cutting things now. Somebody's watching something inside in the house at 4K. That's going to cause jitters, lag spikes, and whatnot. And what the software does is, by having that deep packet inspection and application inspection, it can detect what's gaming traffic, and then push that to the top of the line, and then route it to where it needs to go.
And even a little bit earlier in the story, so this is kind of like where we joined forces here for on the NETGEAR side. We've been making hardware for over 20 years, but on Duma, you guys came up with something really cool. And I don't know if Ben, you have a little bit more insight to the story of actually how we started working together and getting those initial talks started.
Well, I came after that, but the thing is it's really the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches of gaming equipment, because we've been known for years with the Nighthawk brand of being really kind of cutting edge, gear headed, performance based routers, and that gamers really took to those. And then you guys, NetDuma, out of I think the founders, out of playing Halo, were just trying to figure out a better way of processing
That's right.
gaming traffic, because they were getting cut off because I think somebody was BitTorrenting or something like that. But I don't know. We'll have to have Luke come back to confirm that story.
Yeah.
But with that, it's the best of both worlds, because our hardware is by and large like the best in the industry, and we're always pushing the envelope with what's the latest technology, what's the latest way of having it as an architecture, how do we deliver quality feeds and speeds to your home network, and then add in this layer of this fantastic suite, because it's not just one piece of software, it's an entire like battalion of features that make gaming better, and you put these both together and you have something that's pretty darn unstoppable out there. And I can wax philosophically for forever about it, but I really I've seen what it's done for my personal network. My ping went from like 160 to like 32.
Oh yeah.
And that meant that I stopped being a target feeding somebody else's a score, and I actually started working my way up the leaderboard. It's just I guess I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but that's where that's where we are. Like, it's just, there's no other set of routers that can do what these routers do. And 2.5 years ago, people were like, yeah, right. and now look at you. There's 50 of you guys out there salivating to try to get the latest firmware. And just on this program, on our little YouTube channel, these events always tend to do the best for all of our events. But yeah, it's fantastic. You guys are really supportive, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, how about we show them? We have a few videos.
Let's show some footage.
Let's do it. So we're in the second half of the event. So again, this is interactive in real time. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever as we start going through this, please drop a comment, and then we'll be able to answer them as much as we can. I want to see if we missed a couple other questions here, but I did see I saw one from Suelo. Can I sign up with my phone? Yes, it should be mobile optimized, I believe, Ben, for the beta sign up. So yes, just click the link in the description down below, and then you'll be able to sign up, and then we'll get your name on the list. I saw one actually for you, Lew.
Go on.
I saw it from Billy. Yeah, can I ask this on the show? We can have fun with this, right? So
I think I don't know.
Here we go. Friends will be scrolling through the chat.
Yeah, off topic, but a question for Lew. I've been thinking the whole stream, I recognize you from somewhere. Do you play bass in a band?
I do indeed. I mean, I don't anymore. I don't anymore.
Well, we got a fan from Billy. You'll find that comment a little bit earlier, but yeah, I just wanted to
recognition, Billy.
I just wanted to address that one. But yeah,
I think that's. Do you know Billy Bones? Because
I think I have an idea.
Yeah, I think they're having a little bit of fun with you.
Yeah, I think I might well know who that is.
All right, Billy.
I'll talk to Billy Bones soon. Don't worry.
Awesome.
So on that real quick subject before we roll this, I also played bass in bands that did tour regionally across the U.S. as well. I'm curious, what was your bass? What's your go-to bass?
Okay, cool. Oh, we're here now. I didn't.
I know.
But all right.
Sideways, but we'll get
You didn't
back,
expect this from today's
topic.
stream, huh?
Yeah, we'll get back on topic.
But yeah, really quickly, I play a Fender jazz bass. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, we can talk more about that.
We'll talk about that offline. I'll just I'll let you. I play at EV2s, like Gibson hollow bodies and
nice.
Rivolis.
Resonant, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we're gonna address every comment in here.
Let's roll the footage.
Let's do this.
Let's roll the footage while you're rolling that. I'm gonna check. Antonio had a question about the LAN ports, and I'm gonna run while you're running that, I'm going to run
Yep.
over and I'm going to take a look at my router, and I'll get him an answer.
All right, sounds good. So first thing we're going to talk about today is the QoS, and I think this is one of the most powerful things that we've had ever since we just launched the Nighthawk Gaming brand. So you should be able to see it here. Hopefully my CPU doesn't spike up too much. But what's new coming into the 3.0 beta? And Lew, feel free to jump in if I miss anything here. But now you could do QoS through the applications, not just per device, but using the same, what I call the flower, you could make sure that each of your applications, if you're streaming, if you're on the internet, you could make sure that it is running essentially to your specifications and your preferences. Let me actually roll through that again. Sorry about that. But yeah, just so you could kind of see it one more time. Lew, let me know if I miss anything here.
No, so like that's basically you summed it up really well. The thing about this is that it's so intuitive, even for guys like me. But what appeals to me, first and foremost, like you said, the flower is really great. I think it's a great tool. I think that it's like the versatility of it is that you can do this on the fly. You can sort of just do this whenever you need to make the change. But then for other things as well, like rules that you kind of want to set to always be the case, we're looking into things like traffic prioritization. There we go. Prioritization is what I'm trying to say, where you can sort of set those kind of rules to say, okay, so regardless of my flower, I kind of want to prioritize this above everything else at all times. So like you said earlier, Ben, giving specific traffic, specific programs that VIP pass to the front of the queue to get into that club straight away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you kind of nailed it, man.
Awesome. Yeah, no, this is really good stuff. Ben, let us know if you had anything here.
Yeah, well, not on that. That totally covers it. It like the flower is, it's so much easier to just drop and drag to pull out that bandwidth. It really makes it, I wouldn't say like idiot proof, but pretty darn close. If I can operate it, if I can use it, like I'm certain that like almost everybody can use it. I do have an answer for Antonio. He had a question on the ports on the back. He was confused. The only thing that you have to worry about is internet goes in the yellow port, and then it doesn't matter about the other ports unless you are doing something specific with that particular device. But the router will discover what that device is, so you should be fine. But the major thing is make sure that your internet is coming in on the yellow.
Mm-hmm. I do think I've actually seen a couple comments in there in the past. I think it may be also something on the number of the ports. Just rest assured that the ports will work as functioning. But yeah, the only thing you really gotta just know is just be able to distinguish the WAN port and the LAN ports. Yeah, so you should be okay there. But yes, just to answer Terra Florum's comment here, this is the operating system of the router. This is DumaOS 3.0. This is one that is coming. Well, if you sign up at the link below, you'll get on the wait list. But it should be rolling out soon. We can't. I don't know if we could say anything more than that. I'm gonna get in trouble again. But it's coming out soon. But get on the wait list. That's your quickest way to get on it.
And shout out to Lady Z. Yes, it is a game changer. That flower. Not only that, but then in the current operating system, you actually have 3 levels of prioritization. You have prioritization on a global level that you can set with what is it now? It's called traffic. Is it traffic controller? What we changed it from anti-buffer bloat because nobody could understand what that was.
Yeah.
To I think congestion
control. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It always congestion. It just makes me think of that like super old song, conjunction junction. But I don't know why. But the congestion control allows you to control how much bandwidth that you have in reserve. Think about it as how much that a percentage of your bandwidth that when the chips come down, there's always an exit for your gaming to get online. So there's that. Then the device, which is the flower, and then you have application QoS on top of that. So there's like, it's not just one level, there's like several levels, and then you also have not like the deep packet inspection and prioritization from there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. But yeah, we got a couple more things actually to show you guys that personally for me is actually kind of new. I see my CPU spiking a little bit, so hopefully you guys could still hear and see me okay. But let's talk about the connection benchmark. So let me roll through this and let me set this to loop, just so you guys could keep on watching this one. But for the connection connection benchmark. So tell me what, I'd love to get your guys' insight on it from kind of the insider kind of point of view. But what's the difference between this and a normal speed test you could do on your router?
So, Ben, are you cool if I take this one?
Yeah, swing away, my friend.
I'll swing. Yeah, cool. So the difference really compared to like taking a speed test online straight from your PC or something like that, when you run connection benchmark in DumaOS, it actually runs what we kind of around here, we call it like a pure test of your connection. Kind of gives you like a true depiction of your actual connection stats. The reason that happens is because it actually runs a speed test directly from your router. See, I had to really push for router there. But yeah, so the benefit of that is that you don't have any interference when you're running those kind of tests. Like Ben said, things are just getting harder and harder when you're running a speed test to get something that truly depicts your connection, just because Internet of Things, all that kind of stuff, it's getting in the way. So you kind of get a clouded figure of, it's kind of accurate, but it may not be the true picture of what you're actually trying to see here. So when it runs a test directly from your router, you kind of get this unadulterated viewing point, and you can kind of see the actual numbers that you're getting, and that way you can kind of tell, am I getting what I'm paying for? And also, okay, so let's say that my speed test that I'm running through my PC and the speed test that I'm running through my router is, there's a massive gap there. There's complete differences. Then that gives you reason to sort of like look into that and try and find out why. Because like we said earlier, problems more often than not can actually be found in the home, as opposed to sort of like blaming it on your ISP or anything like that. You can actually try and diagnose it and find out yourself. And this is the first step to actually identifying that kind of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, the thing that I love about the benchmark is it gives you a really clear picture, and it's across the board with Duma 3.0. Is the usability is so much easier. Like with the connection benchmark, it really gives you green, yellow, or red. And it, we've all been at a traffic light, so we kind of at one point or another. So it makes it really easy. The thing across the board is that the when this came out, it really took, you used to have to go in and figure out what the ports were and then port forward, and then you go to the game website and you'd have to dig around their forum and like, port 1400 through 7000 or whatever. And then you're hoping that it was right, one, because half the time, you'd have to look for the dev to give you that information. And it's usually some guy, and then second, you put it into your router by looking, at like forums, and you're got like, oh God, I hope this is the right way of putting it in. And then you would, do all that and, cross your fingers. and that was just to get like, Xbox Live, to open that. And this has taken all that, I said this when we launched it, it's taken all the mysticism and the alchemy of having to make all those settings out, and just makes it just stupid easy. Now, I want to prioritize Call of Duty. I can do that. I can prioritize Valorant. I can do that. I can prioritize, um, Fortnite. I could do that. And on the fly, super quick. And that's the brilliance of this. It just makes all of that so much easier. And there's been a really good thought process in 3.0. If it's green, it's probably good. If it's red, might want to look at it. It can't get any easier than that.
Oh yeah, you got all the data right here. And I know we're kind of running down to our last 10 minutes, but I think geofencing is actually one of those that a lot of people have been asking about. So I'm actually going to flip it through it right here.
Oh yeah.
Let me know if you guys can see this one. Again, I have to set all this stuff to loop, so appreciate your patience here. Yeah, so what I could see here is that you could draw these multiple points to, now you're not just kind of, how do you say this, confined to a whole radius. Now you could set specific boundaries for the servers you want to play on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the benefit of that, I mean, there's multiple benefits, but what we kind of found here at NetDuma when we had this original geofilter was that, while it worked really well and we got a lot of feedback, we got other feedback saying stuff like, well, why can't we just pick the servers that we like? Why can't we just literally pick this one and this one? Right. So that's kind of where geofencing came from. It was just like, we can make this more bespoke. It's kind of like the next logical step, if you know what I mean, to the geofilter. It's kind of like Inception, where it's like we can go deeper, we can do more. And I think really what kind of the benefit for people who are quite serious about their gaming especially is that certain servers, even though they're closer to you, usually the general rule of thumb is the closer it is, the better response you're going to get, the better response time, the less latency. Awesome. But occasionally there's the anomaly. You do have ones that are close to you that just seem to be problematic for you. If you're anything like me, you have cursed servers that seem like they're great, but I can't seem to do well on them whatsoever. And because of that, with geofencing, you can kind of actually specifically bespokely choose which servers you want to play on. So for example, if you wanted to play, I'm in the UK, and if I wanted to play on a server in France, traditionally with geofilter, I'd kind of have to extend it to cover France, but at the same time, that would still include the UK. And sometimes UK servers aren't as great as they cracked up to be. So by sort of stepping up the game and bringing in geofencing, now you can sort of be exclusive with what you want to, with where you want to play. So total game changer.
It's a huge game changer, because before you just have this open app, this iris that you could aperture that you could open and close in distance. But for people in the United States, especially people in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, they're in the center of the country, and it's a pretty big continent, and so let's just use Fortnite for an example. Fortnite would either give you a choice of West Coast servers or East Coast servers, right? And for people in Texas, they're kind of stuck in the middle. There's a server in Ohio that's pretty good, and then there's a server in Los Angeles, but and then there's one in Virginia, and I think one in Oregon somewhere, and for them, you could kind of make your aperture where you get the one in LA or you get the one in Ohio, but now you can just directly draw, because you really want to just draw to the one in Ohio, because that one's closer to you. And I think that's going to be really great for people that are not close to the data hubs, and where the game is trying to do you some good by saying, are you West Coast or East Coast? But you can really hone in on that, because even if you did just use their default, you would connect to Ohio and have a great game, and then the next game you're connected to Virginia and you'll have a terrible game because it's like 400 miles away. Here you eliminate that, and that is where you're going to see that consistency, and you're going to see better gaming. Also, we haven't even tackled like how you can filter out peer to peer. Are you a FIFA player, Lew?
So I'm not a FIFA player, but I have plenty of friends who do, so I totally understand the frustrations, especially with the way that FIFA's matchmaking works.
Yep.
I hear plenty about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, FIFA and NHL, like the hockey games. Madden, I think, is now starting to be more server based, and I think 2K is also being a little bit more server based. So. But the hockey game and FIFA are still peer to peer, and you can get really terrible connections because I could be on a mobile router in the heart of Madagascar and connect to you to play, and it's going to be, if I'm hosting, it's fantastic for me, but it's a terrible experience for you. And so with geofencing, you can just I only want to play peer to peer with players that are within 100 miles of me, and you can do that. And that is huge.
And I also wanted to point out the I think this is one of the actually cool features that is coming out with 3.0, but I think also goes in hand with geofencing is the ping heat map. So I think one thing for me is like I'm not really even sure exactly what are the best servers for me before I even pick it. So how do I find that out? I think you guys could see in this video, but be happy if Ben and Lew, if you are able to speak to this.
Yeah. So ping heat map, it kind of goes hand in hand. It like has really good synergy with GeoFilter because, like you said, it's great if you know where the best servers are for you, but if you're not really aware of that yet, then how can you define specific servers through your GeoFilter? So what we sort of worked on here was developing a way where you still had this same interface of the world map, but at the same time, you could run a test for your favorite games. And then what would happen from there is DumaOS will, if I picked, let's say, Valorant or something like that, DumaOS would then ping every single one of Valorant's servers from your router and give you the response times for every single one. And then again, color coded, nice and friendly, green to red, nothing confusing if you're not necessarily up to scratch with that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So from there, you can then decide, okay, it's pretty clear to me that these servers are strong, these servers are weak. I'm going to favor these ones. But on top of that, things change. Time, as the day goes on, people log on, people log off. Some servers become more congested, some don't. So what you can do on top of that is actually schedule tests. The benefit of that being that you have a true picture of like how your favorite servers are doing over the course of a day. So maybe it's a case of actually setting some profiles up. So like, let's say, okay, in the morning, the servers near me in Europe are really great, but at the same time, towards the end of the day, when I'm sort of coming home from work around 6 or 7, it's a couple of hours ahead in Europe. A lot of people are already on. Those servers are getting congested. Cool. Then in that case, thanks ping heat map is what I'm trying to say. Thanks ping heat map, because you've told me that those servers are already congested. They're coming up orange. They're coming up red. Time to move somewhere else. Yeah. And that's the kind of knowledge that you just don't get from playing it raw as such.
You don't get that information anywhere else.
Yeah.
And to build off of that, you don't have the tools. Even if you had that information, like you're not going to find a router on the market that will give you that information and then also give you the tools to do something about it. There's a lot here, and I know that we're coming up to the top of the hour. I'm just going to put this out out there, Lew, would you mind coming back again soon? Because there's so like we plan to get through like 9 features, and what we crawled through like 3.
Too much to handle, right?
Yeah, and so there's just so much here that we're offering people, and I don't think that like even people that have been using it for like 2 years are like, I didn't know I could do that. Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah, there's so much to discover with this. That's the thing. It's like every feature kind of has this big like overall purpose, and that's great, and you can understand that from face value. But it's when you really sort of like get stuck into those features and you sort of discover all of the additional things that you can do to sort of like the advanced settings and that kind of thing that really drive home just how powerful DumaOS is. So they do deserve the time to sort of dissect and actually sit and go through. So yeah, I'd totally be down to come back again.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
As long as you have me.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely, because this is the second one that we've done, and I think we're gonna have to schedule a little bit more time on the next one. What do you think, Angelo?
Hey, just throw it on my calendar and then boom.
We'll just throw it. And just a last minute sort of a plea out there. If you haven't liked this stream, like it down below, because it helps us. It tells our boss that that we're reaching out to you guys, and you get more content from us like this, and we really appreciate everybody. I know that this is probably our worst answering questions of any of these.
There's so many.
There's so many.
The first 30 minutes, it was just us talking, and I was like, oh, there's
my God.
We got to keep going,
Yeah, there's so many. I just want to also say, if you are having issues with your router, every Friday we're also here at noon to 2 Pacific time, and we are, we'll try to help you out with a little bit of some insight. We've got a great team that does that, and I hope you guys are excited for this. This is like, even though we've only been talking about this for maybe a month and a half, something like that. I know it felt like it was months ago when you guys signed up for the beta. It's totally fine. It's COVID time. It was only, I think, like 6 weeks ago, which is like 6 months in normal time.
Yeah, basically.
And I just want to say, thanks you guys for all of your patience and your passion. If you want more content from us like this, definitely let us know through our social media channels, and you can find us everywhere. You guys already have. And we will schedule another time, and we'll try to be a little bit more tighter and try to get to some of the other awesome features that are here.
I had more videos.
Add more videos.
More videos.
And if you're signing up on the, I think Christina has been like bumping people up on the beta today, so and taking people's names and your community names, which is awesome, because we definitely want your guys' opinion and share it out there to everybody. I know I'm a little long-winded. We're 3 minutes over.
It's all good.
Any final thoughts, guys?
Luke, go for it.
Yeah, so I guess really from me, and kind of like speaking on behalf of everyone here, it's kind of, to us, Ben kind of put it best earlier when he said that like passion from you guys is what drives us to keep doing what we do. You're also part of what makes this possible for us. So please don't think that, I appreciate it's taken a long time to get this beta out, but it's because we really want to get this right for you. And we're really grateful for the support, the patience, everything like that. We really want to just knock it out of the park this time out for you guys, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, so we got a lot of really cool stuff going for you guys. And again, if this is something that you guys want to see, let us know on our social channels. Let us know on Instagram. Let us know on Twitter, because a lot of times those comments are the ones that really propel us to just schedule one of these out and just do them for you guys, because I love doing this. I mean, I think with the Nighthawk Gaming events, these are some of our more popular events, but we just want to make sure that we're in tight communication with you guys. I know it's a crazy world out there, but a lot of us are here just gaming at home and doing our best to make it by, and we want to make sure that we provide the best experience possible for you guys. So I did want to shout out one more thing. If you haven't signed up for the beta yet, check out, it's the second link in the description down below. That's not as catchy, but the second link in the description below. Go ahead and if you want more information, it's all in here. You got links to all of our communities. So if you got any more questions, or you're just kind of wondering, hey, how does this work? How does that work? We got the NetDuma community, and we also have the NPG community. So we're all out here for you guys. We want to make sure that if you need help, you could reach us. And again, I did see some comments on trying to troubleshoot the router a little bit. We do a 2-hour show every Friday on the same NETGEAR YouTube channel. So I actually won't be the host this week. This can be Alec. So I'm sorry, Ben.
Okay.
You won't have my charismatic voice, whatever.
Alec is just as charismatic, so that'll be just fine.
Oh, that's awesome. And I did get one more shout out from Candy. She's asking if you guys could have a bass off.
Ooh, I don't know.
Face Off. Oh man.
Face Off.
Okay. Kind of like Face Off with John Travolta.
Yeah,
with bass.
Face Off.
Yeah.
Face Off.
I'm glad that landed.
Yeah, it did. Nice.
Awesome.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about that. 2 other questions. Was it Dan Tenney and God? I butchered that. We're gonna pass over your information over to Lew and his team. We'll get you set up on the beta over there.
Yeah, no problem.
JT, I'd love to talk about that, but I can't. And maybe by the time we have the next one, we could talk a little bit more.
Wow, good idea.
Cryptic.
Oh, that's all. We almost said too much.
Yeah, exactly. If you want more information, follow us on our social media over the next.
And shout us out. Say you want more of these, because we'll do them.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
Send that like
Cool.
and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Peace.